Hey guys, XSRX Willikins here, doing a commentary on NASCAR 2011 the game. Now, this is the last Racing League race we've raced, okay? And this was New Hampshire, as you can tell, if you're, a loyal NASCAR follower. I'm pretty sure you've already noticed that by now. But I kind of stole this victory, I think would be the term for it. I think it would be stole. I think stole would be the term for it. Because I was nowhere near the front this entire time. And then I come up at the main end, and I just sweep in, and I take the victory. As I just lead these last two laps. Now, that guy right there behind me is the guy who dominated all this. He made a late race pit stop because he hadn't pitted the whole race because he didn't need to. But then, the Celtic, which is the number 29 car, who also was doing really good at this track, they was kind of switching back and forth. He'd lead 15, other guy'd lead 15. Little in-race strategy, I stay out. I get out front with the 15 car. Me and the 15 car go down in the turns. I get the lead from him, and then those two, I held them off. I don't know if, you can tell by my lap times that I was not the fastest car. 15 car ran that lap a long time ago, but I hit my marks at the end and got a win. Now the second video that's going to come up, this is me and Drunk Goose, which is a 48 car in the Racing League. Unfortunately, he wasn't at New Hampshire. That's why I'm got one win. We're actually tied now, because after I put these next week's videos up, you'll see. But now, Talladega, and you can see my credentials there. Not all that's online, by the way. That's private races, league races. You got to remember that, too, and just messing around races. Because I've never finished outside the top 10 online, which isn't hard to do, because it's not typically that often, unless you're trying to, that you get more. Now, there is 7 people in this race. We're going to start a YouTube series, and I'm just going to go ahead and explain what this, the whole reason I put this on here is. Me and Drunk Goose are. And it's just me and him at Talladega working together. Now, the reason why we're doing this series is because we was on Talladega the other day, just, messing around, bump drafting, just, getting ready for the league race, winding down after the league race and all that, and we just had this idea. Every single race at Talladega, me and him hook up, and we run the fastest laps. We're down in about the mid-48s. We've been down in the low 48s, but that's very rare. That's averaging about 197 miles an hour. That's really hard to do. You have to, you had to get up there. But we have done it before, and that was one time when we, I don't know how, but we stayed tandem for a whole lap. I just hooked right up to his bumper, and that's very rare because connections are different. That's the thing. You can't tandem on this game, I think. But watch this right here. I kind of caused him. I was trying to bring him with me, and that was my mistake. I should have stayed high, and I should have just stayed up there. Because I was trying to bring him with me, but, I made the mistake. And now watch what I caused, though, because of it. Because now he's back there in that mess. And, I'm looking back. I'm trying to see where he is, and that 5 car, or 7 car almost wrecks me. That's just about how it goes at Talladega. You're doing good, and the next thing you know, you get took out by somebody who wants to bump draft and don't know how to. It just, that's the thing. If you don't, I would much rather someone go by me than bump me and almost wreck me. But now, here's what I was wanting to, here's what makes the twist of this video. The reason why this video is a pretty good video. There, and that wreck right there, and then all the stuff that happens afterwards. Because that wreck just happened, and then, I'm sitting there, and he's lost our draft. Oh, this front 3 pack is broke away. And then the 39 car gets scared and moves up the racetrack. I always like it when people do that. They get scared. And then that wreck, if you didn't notice, the 48 car was in that wreck. He didn't get a lot of it, but he got most of it. Now, this is what's going through our head right now. We're like, alright, let's back off. We'll regroup. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until there's no one behind me, like right now. I started backing off right here, as you can tell by the throttle. But then I realized, oh, the 11 car's still in that gap. So, I have to move up the racetrack. And then, luckily, they pushed me. I think they pushed me 3 wide right here or something like that, and I get the chance. No, oh, God. I didn't even know that. Yeah. Then this is where they pushed 3 wide, and I'm just like, alright, I'm going to back off right here. Well, he was going to push 3 wide. But I'm just going to, I back off right there. And then my idea here is, this is Talladega Smurrits. This is a good, I'm trying to let him, because he's 3/10 behind me, which means he has my draft. Because 4/10 is about where you get it or you don't have it. It's the iffy place. So he has my draft right here. But the 48 has his draft. So what I want is the 48 to slingshot like he's doing to him. And then the 7 car is going to slingshot on me. And we're not going to lose. We're only going to be a second behind. But it doesn't work out that way because it was just a place where we met, I guess is the term for it, because the 48 met him in the corner, so that kills the speed. And then now he's got to go by me because he has the run, and if he backs off the 5 car, and I keep saying it's 5 car, it's the same car, you know, paint scheme. We're about 2 seconds off right now, and there's 5 laps to go. We're not panicking at all. I mean, you know we can get up there, but this 7 car, this is mostly the reason I uploaded this video. And well, that and the finish, and I get into the wall out there. That was my mistake, but I don't know why people do this. When you see 2 guys hooking up, what's the first thing you think of? Do you think, oh, okay, they're friends, they're hooking up. But what about when they're running the fastest laps together? Why would you jeopardize that, you know? Like, because if we're running the fastest laps, that means we're going to catch the leaders. I mean, I could see it if... It's just like if you and another guy break away from the pack on lap 1 out of 9. What's the smart thing to do? The smart thing to do is hook up with that guy, don't matter who leads the laps or not. At least I wouldn't care if I was in the front or the back. I mean, some people would if you're not a good pusher. Some people would if they're not a good puller, of course. But with, like, me and DG, it don't really matter who's pushing. Preferably, I like to push because I don't know why, but it's the faster pairing a little bit. I think it's because, like, he's got like faster speed. He has better acceleration than me. I don't understand it, but like with me and him on this track, I try to slingshot around him. I don't know how, but like he kills my momentum all the time, and it's like really hard for me to get around him. And that actually comes up later in the video. But this 7 car needs to just fall in line and just trail, because if he wouldn't, then I just about lost it right there. I was like, well, man, he apologized for that, and I was like, that wasn't your fault. I was too aggressive. See, what it was is there's 3 laps to go, and I'm like, I know we're catching them, and I mean, and all that, but I'm just afraid of the fact of not getting there, and also the 7 car, because like right there, he pushes me into his corner panel, and if I wouldn't have got off the throttle, that'd have been bad. And then here he is trying to do a 3-car tandem. Why isn't he or she, probably a he, but why isn't he just backing off and trailing? You know, why isn't he just keeping a draft and staying back behind us and not affecting? Because we'd already be up there. He's caused enough side draft in these 3 laps to make it to where we're not up there. I mean, there is 2 laps to go and we're still not there because of his side draft. And I mean, yeah, right here he helps a little bit. That does help. I will admit, if 3 cars are drafting together and it's a 3-car bump draft, it helps me get back to his bumper faster so I get more pushes. That was helpful. I'll admit that. He was helpful right at that moment, and that's probably why we caught him right here, because we had more speed going into the corner than them, because they didn't bump going into the corner, but we could. And we're going to get the draft right here. And now, this is when the dogfight happens, because now we have a 5-car race. It just went from a 2-car to a 5-car race. Now, these guys are thinking, we got a block. Now, they're probably not friends. I mean, I wouldn't expect it, because they wasn't hooked up all this race. They just hooked up right here because they was the front 2 cars. But I push him right here, get him in the lead. And then my idea here is I'm going to push him into the lead, and then we're just going to block. But then this 7-car pushes me by him. Now, this is a smart move by the 7-car. I will admit, I don't know if he did it on purpose or not. He did do some smart things in these last 2 laps, like the 3-car tandem part. But now, his stupid thing he done was right there. He let me sling him in the wall with this draft. That's a good trick if you ever want to, like, you know, have it. If someone gets up on you, like right off that corner right there, if you swing your car out, the draft will sling them into the wall. It's a good thing to know. But right here, okay, it's 3 wide. I backed out of it, and then I'm dropping back, and I'm like, alright, I'm going to come back down through the bottom. Well, then the bottom's not really open. I make it open because he goes up for the 11 car, and I just give the 48 a shot. I could have pushed it 3 wide, but I didn't want to take the chance. And then this guy tries to go below the yellow line like a pro because he thinks, you know, it's awesome. Oh, I can go below the yellow line because this ain't real NASCAR. I don't like to do it. It's cheating. But, you know, whatever suits him. 4th place finish. 48 car did win if you did not notice that. We're going to do this YouTube series. I'm going to teach you guys how to draft. I'm going to teach you guys the ups and downs, what to do in what situations. So subscribe to the channel if you want to find out how to race Talladega good. And peace out, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe.